Our next items are discussion items. Tonight, under discussion items, we have the first reading of the 2023-24 school calendar. Dr. Bruton, Dr. Gary, would y'all like to do a little intro of that?
Yes, sir. In your packets, you should have received a survey that we presented to our faculty and staff. And you see the responses there as well. Mr. Norris is bringing up the parent survey responses that we've received thus far as of today. You can see some of the questions that we asked the parents. Do you like having the weeks of intersession in October and February for vacation? You can see the results there. 77.1% said yes, 22.9% said no. And then the next one is, do you like having the weeks of intersession October and February for additional educational opportunities? 57.6% said yes, and 32.4% said no. Do you agree that the timing of the intersession week in October was a healthy break? 80% of parents responded favorably yes, with 20% saying no. And then the last question for parents, would you like for HCSD to continue with a modified school calendar in the future? 77.3% of parents said yes, and 22.7% have responded with no. And the survey is still open as well.
Great. Any questions? We have first reading of 2023-24 school modified school year-round calendar. That's the title of it. Is there a motion for the first reading of the 2023-24 modified year-round calendar? Is there a motion for the 2023-24 school year-round modified calendar?
I'll make a motion.
Mr. Bryson made a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Ms. Tisdale. This is the first reading. We're going to do a roll call. Any discussion on that calendar? 23-24 school modified year-round calendar.
Is the verbiage going to be changed to say year-round modified school calendar? Because that's our policy.
It should be modified school calendar. It's not year-round. You're starting 2 weeks earlier, but it's not a year-round.
Well, Dr. Bruton, our policy says that we won't start before the third Monday unless we're operating on a year-round modified calendar. So we had that discussion back in February very extensively, much to, I think, a lot of us in our dismay. That was a point of issue that I think an amendment was made to the motion to add those words, which lined up with our policy and with state law. But so
are you stating that you want the wording to say year-round modified calendar?
Well, Dr. Brigham, I'm just saying that our policy says year-round modified school calendar. It doesn't say modified school calendar.
Right.
So this was a stickler point last time, and it had been. So that's why I was asking.
Yeah, it was my
Chairman
understanding.
Evans was saying.
It was my understanding it was year-round. I apologize. I mean,
That's not what it said. Well, no, it ain't what we're gonna call it. It's what's
Right.
been proposed.
right.
And the wording doesn't say year-round. It doesn't say that, all right? But our policy does, and this is the very same discussion we had, plus we discussed following board policy just a week ago in our workshop.
Right.
All right? So either we're gonna follow our board policy or we're not. And so at this point, you know what, I'm gonna call a point of order right here, Mr. Chairman, and a point of order means you get to make a ruling. You, as chairman. Is this board gonna follow our board policy word for word? Yes or no? It's that simple.
I firmly believe, yes, we're going to follow
Okay.
board policy.
Then you can't vote on this. You can fix the wording, but you can't vote on it as written. You gotta know what you're writing when you write it.
Well, do you want to change the wording tonight? We have
You
a
can't-
motion and a
You
second.
can't do it tonight because you're very much aware of what Freedom of Information Act says.
Right.
You can't vote, you can't take action on an item within 24 hours.
Okay.
If it doesn't say it when it's presented 24 hours, you can't take action on it.
We'll bring it back to November.
Okay.
All right?
So the motion.
The other thing that I pointed out, Dr. Gary, because I received the survey as a parent, and I filled it out as a parent. So, I mean, you clearly see there's a lot of yes votes to no votes on the preference of the whoever filled out the surveys, but, I just think it'll be important, it'd be good feedback for us to have them, or at least provide the people participating in the survey an opportunity to comment further, instead of just a yes, no, but to have an opportunity to then provide comment. Most people might not use that. I just think that'd be good information for us. I think with the teacher surveys that were done previously, that was allowed. The ones that were done last December, and I thought some of that input was probably valuable to the board overall, and I think that will be helpful. So if the survey is continuing, is there a way to add that? I don't know, but that's why I was very interested in it. I think I emailed you immediately after I got the survey, and said, hey, is there a way to do this? But I know it was already out of the bag at that point, but anyway.
Well, I mean, moving forward, we certainly can add that question or that comment section.
Yeah, some way to gather comments, because a lot of the, you got a choice of yes or no, and, do you like the calendar, yes or no? Well, it may be, well, yeah, I like it, but how about, I'd like to offer this suggestion or that suggestion. I think it's very important for us to take as much input as we possibly can from the community, which was a huge issue for me on the last go around with this calendar, because we did not seek input from the community. So I appreciate the administration seeking that input. I think it could be carried for a little further step, as I've seen where some other school districts have done that. So anyway, that would be my ask.
Okay. Mr. Bryson, you withdraw your motion?
No.
Okay. No.
I withdraw myself,
Okay, all right.
so we can deal with this next.
We'll deal with it next meeting when the wording is corrected. Any other discussion on that item? All right. Next item is our second reading of policies IMDA. We'll do these individually, if that's okay.